What's going on, beautiful people? As you can tell from the title of the video, I'm going to be talking about the biggest issue that I have with Madden 21 that nobody else, not Ryan Moody, not Soft Drink, not the homie Dustin the Gaming Dad, nobody has talked about yet. And it's not even just a Madden 21 issue in particular, it's been the past few Maddens that this issue has been a problem, in my opinion at least. And this is just my opinion. This might not be your opinion. You might be okay with what I'm going to talk about, but let me just get to the point. The biggest issue that I have with Madden 21 that nobody else has talked about on their channels yet, at least, is the soundtrack. I know what you guys are going to say, but Kev, you're a content creator. You don't even have the soundtrack turned on. And I wonder why I don't have the soundtrack turned on. Obviously, I don't want to catch any copyright strikes as far as music goes, so I'm trying to avoid that by not having music played while I'm in franchise mode and whatnot. But I could easily mute those clips. But the reason I don't have the soundtrack turned on is because generally the soundtrack, for the most part, has no variety in it. It's all rap music, and it's like, well, maybe not all rap music, but it's mainly rap music, mainly hip-hop. And for those of you guys who don't know, let me preface my grievance with this by saying, for those of you guys who don't know, I used to make rap music. I used to be a rapper, for lack of a better term. The link to my SoundCloud is in the description below. I don't think I suck, but I'm gonna leave that to you guys' discretion. If you guys want to check out my music, I'll let you be the judge. And it's not even that I dislike all the artists on the soundtrack. I mean, I love Denzel Curry. I'm also a big fan of Anderson .Paak as well. I've always liked Rick Ross. Big Crit is dope as well. There are a few guys on the soundtrack that I really like. I actually like Jack Harlow. I know a lot of people aren't big on him, but I actually like him. But it's not the fact that they have artists that I don't like. It's the fact that there's no variety on the soundtrack. They even said, now more than ever, fall means football, football means Madden NFL, and on August 28th, Madden NFL 21 delivers an all-new soundtrack that will elevate the season, the spirit of the game, and the future of hip-hop culture like never before. Now, I'm all for hip-hop being included on the soundtrack, and even heavily featured, but it being the only genre of music on this soundtrack, I mean, this is another thing that older Maddens had that like the newer Maddens don't have, and that's variety in the soundtrack. Like back in Madden 04, they had Alien Ant Farm, who was one of my favorite bands at the time, but they also had Outkast. In 03, they had Seether on the soundtrack, but they also had Nappy Roots. There was variety in the soundtracks back then, and now there's just no variety whatsoever. I mean, since Madden 17, we have had like no other types of music in Madden. Now, I know what the complaint is going to be about what I'm saying is that people who play Madden mainly listen to rap music. And there are two problems with that statement. One, that's a complete blanket statement with no basis behind it whatsoever. I mean, unless you want to show me like some kind of poll on people who play Madden and what type of music they listen to, well, then you can't really say that for sure without actually like having any statistics, because you're basically just making an assumption based off of maybe your own musical tastes, or maybe just the fact that they continuously just put hip-hop and no other type of music in the game. And secondly, I'm sure a lot of the people who watch this video are probably part of the Fix Madden franchise movement, which I'm totally supportive still, obviously as a franchise gamer. But it's kind of the same thing, like if you're gonna say something like that, because you know, people mainly play MUT or play online. They don't really play franchise mode or whatnot. That's also a blanket statement. That's not actually what I think, but it's kind of the same train of thought. So let me reiterate this once again. I'm totally fine with there being hip hop, whether it's rap or R&B or anything like that in Madden, but it shouldn't be the only genre, or they shouldn't be the only genres that are in Madden. I want to hear more rock in Madden. I want to hear more metal like there used to be, like back in the day. A lot of the best Madden soundtracks that there have been have had a lot of different types of music, whether it's rap, whether it's alternative rock, whether it's been heavy metal. Hell, I've discovered a lot of bands that I still listen to this day by hearing different types of music in Madden soundtracks. I don't just like rap. I don't just like, rock. I like a lot of different genres. And I know there are a lot of other Madden players who like a lot of different genres as well. So I don't see a reason why they can't have variety in their soundtrack, especially when you have 2K and MLB The Show having all types of genres in their games as well. And I would argue hip hop is more prominent in basketball than it is in football. So if NBA 2K20 can have Motley Crue and Travis Barker and even Billie Eilish on their soundtrack, then I don't know why you can't put more variety on Madden's soundtrack. I know to some of you guys this might be a really petty complaint on my end, but those that know me know that music has played a big role in my life. Not even just as an artist myself, but just like, music has like brought up my moods. Like music has pretty much saved my life at the risk of sounding overly dramatic. But yeah, that's probably why I'm so passionate about me wanting to hear a different variety. Now, I'm not crapping on the soundtrack because outside of Automatic, I haven't heard any other songs on the soundtrack as of yet, so I'm willing to give it a chance, but I'm just trying to figure out why you can't have more of a variety of music. Like I said, if 2K and MLB The Show can have more variety on their soundtracks, there's no reason that Madden shouldn't have more variety on their soundtrack. But that is going to do it for this video, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know in the comments section if you agree with me or if you disagree and why, how you feel about the soundtrack this year, and what is your favorite Madden soundtrack of all time as far as game goes. Now, if you guys want to see more Madden content from me and you're really interested in watching franchise or dynasty content in general, definitely hit that subscribe button. I will be doing a Madden NFL 21 franchise with the Los Angeles Chargers, and it should be starting late August, early September. So if you don't want to miss that, make sure you guys hit that sub button, hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and of course, turn your notifications on to join the notification gang. And if you guys enjoy what I do on this channel and you want to support me in a more personal way, consider becoming a patron on Patreon or a channel member on YouTube. Being a channel member or a patron isn't required to enjoy the content on this channel, but they definitely help out the channel exponentially, and you get plenty of perks for being one or the other, or even both. That is going to do it for this video though, guys. Thank you so much for watching. You guys have yourselves a wonderful rest of your day, night, or whenever you're watching this. Like I always say, no matter what happens, make sure you keep that mofo rolling. I love y'all 3000. I'm Audi 5000. Deuces.